Once again, a very good morning, dear ladies and gentlemen. This beautiful morning in such a pretty venue, I take the real and immense pleasure to welcome you all to South India Media Summit Season 5, presented by Reporter TV and powered by The Hindu. And this is extra special morning for all of us, as we are so much lucky and blessed to have here Honorable Governor of Goa, Sreedharan Pillai. So with a standing ovation and with a big round of applause, let's invite His Excellency Honorable Goa Governor Sreedharan Pillai onto the dais, please. Yes, and so. Jai Hind. Please be seated, everyone, and Bharat Mata Ki Jai. Once again, a very good morning and grand welcome to each and everyone who have assembled here this beautiful morning in such a pretty event. This whole event at South India Media Summit Season 5. This is Season 5 and all of the 4 seasons has been happened in other states in South India. And this is the first time it's happening in Kerala. And and when I stand in this stage, I can see all of the faces. You all seem to be very happy and excited this beautiful morning. Am I right? You are excited to be here in Kerala, which we call God's own country, and you are here in Queen of Arabian Sea, Kochi. Can we greet this beautiful, beautiful morning with a big, big round of applause? May I know how many of you are here in the Kerala for the very first time? Can you just raise your hands if you're here in the Kerala for the first time? All right, everyone having here. Yeah, that's why we call it God's own country. It's God's own country, so we can't resist ourselves to come here, right? And this whole event is conceptualized by Fourth Dimension Media Solutions Private Limited. And let me say a few words regarding this company. It's a leading media outsourcing company in India, known for managing some of the country's most prestigious brands like PuthuYugamTV, V6 News, Velugu, and Republic Media Network. With over 14 years of experience, the company has established a strong reputation in the media domain. Headquartered in Chennai, Fourth Dimension has a nationwide presence with offices in Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, and other cities. While the company operates across India, it is particularly recognized for its expertise in South Indian market, and thanks to its deep understanding of regional audience behavior and consumer trends, which differ significantly from those in the north side. This expertise led Fourth Dimension to launch South India Media Summit 5 years ago, a platform to qualitatively explore the unique media consumption patterns of South Indian audiences. The summit brings together top marketing and media professionals from across the country, making it a much anticipated event in the industry. Having already held successful summits in the cities like Chennai, Bangalore, Coimbatore, and Hyderabad, now the company is so much excited to bring this year's edition in Kochi. Can we have one more big round of applause at this point of time? Yes. With Kerala's media and advertising marketing booming, the Kochi Summit aims to enhance the industry's understanding of this vibrant region. And this edition of Summit wouldn't have possible without our honorable sponsors. And I take the time to thank our sponsors for their support. Our title sponsor, Reporter Broadcasting Company Limited, powered by the Hindu Group, agency partner, Havas Media Network, platinum partner, Radio City, gold partner, Disney Star, regional print partner, Mathrubhumi, digital partner, City One, regional Digi Reach partner, Sakal Media Group, data partner, Chrome DM, AdTech partner, Hybrid, lifestyle partner, Hire, Tamil news partners, Pudhiya Thalumurai News, Telugu news partner, V6 News and Velugu, Tamil entertainment partner, PuthuYugam, Kannada news partner, R Kannada, English news partner, Republic TV, magazine partner, Vikatan Group, online news partner, Media News for You, wardrobe partner, Botticelli Shirts, digital news partner, The Federal, broadcast partner, IBW, gift sponsor, TTK Prestige Group, photography partner, Frames by Nitin, and the event partner, benchmark events. Yes, and that's it. We all know why we have gathered here this lovely morning. It's South Asia Media Summit Season 5 that we are here. Let's begin. And as we know, according to the Indian culture, we start off everything by spreading the light, and we have here beautifully decorated lamps. We call it as Bhadradeepam in Malayalam and Kuthuvilakku in Tamil, and we have here those two beautiful lamps, and let's spread the light, let's spread the happiness, peace and positivity before we start the program. And I request our Honorable Governor along with some other dignitaries to please lighten the lamp. Yes, I would like to call upon some other dignitaries onto the stage to join the Governor to lighten the lamp. Yes, sir. Mr. Dushyant Sreedhar, Vedic scholar. Yes, let's invite each and every dignitary onto the stage with a big round of applause. Mr. Anto Augustine, MD and Managing Editor, Reporter Broadcasting Company Private Limited. So VKC Rasad, Managing Director, VKC Group India. Mr. Arjun Ranga, CEO, Parimal Mandir. So VKC Rasad, Managing Director, Vijay Sunku, Director, Parimal Mandir. Mr. Mohit Joshi, CEO, Havas Media Network India. Kailash Kakkar, Founder and MD, Quick Heal Technologies Limited. Devika Shreyans Kumar, Director Operations, Mathrubhumi Group. Yes. Yes. As all the dignitaries are here, and we have here our Honorable Governor here, and let's lighten the lamp. That's a secret lamp, and let's shower our blessings as the audience with big round of applauses. Mr. Anto Augustine, Honorable Governor. Thank you everyone. Please take back your seats, and I request the Governor to please take the seat. We all know about him. We are privileged to have His Excellency Governor of Goa, Sri P.S. Sreedharan Pillai, as a distinguished guest at our summit. A multi-faceted personality, His Excellency the Honorable Governor Sri P.S. Sreedharan Pillai's career is a remarkable blend of law, literature and public service. A senior advocate in the Kerala High Court before entering the public life, he has contributed significantly to the legal and political landscape of India. His leadership extends beyond governance, as he has also been a prolific writer, authoring over 120 books ranging from law to politics, religion, culture and poetry, earning him widespread recognition in literary circles. His Excellency, the Honorable Governor Sri P.S. Sreedharan Pillai's profound understanding of constitutional law and his hands-on approach to governance have earned him the respect of both his peers and the public. And once again, a very hearty welcome to His Excellency Governor of Goa, Sri P.S. Sreedharan Pillai for the South India Media Summit 2024, Season 5. And now I request the Governor to address the gathering this morning. Thank you. And let's invite him with a big round of applause.
Distinguished guests and my dear friends. So I am from Kerala. First I am welcoming all of you to this great city of Cochin. While I go through the entire programs, I am very happy to say that discussion on various subjects related to freedom, press, and of course all are connected to the current affairs in our country. Press freedom in India is concerned. My view is, of course, some political touch may be there. During the last 50 years, of course, I am a part of an ideology, and that ideology is still in my mind. Of course, political, power politics is concerned, governor is expected to keep away from that. But at the same time, people's politics, all citizens, including governor or whatever may be, they are expected to have their own opinion. Press freedom in India, so many discussions are there. I am not going to the controversy because 2 days back there is a judgment from Mumbai High Court. Of course, I am not making any comment on that. But at the same time, one point raised by one of the judges is that what is truth? For providing a true picture about truth, not only the governmental setup alone is the authority, the other press, I mean they have not specifically mentioned press, but other source also can provide it, and not through government alone. I am not making any comment on that because press brothers and sisters are here. And the judgment is not also final because High Court division bench judgment. Most probably they may go in appeal also before the Supreme Court. But regarding the press concern, journalism, according to Dr. Ambedkar, journalism should be a profession and not a trade. During the Constituent Assembly discussions, there was a demand for special provision for press as far as fundamental rights are concerned. But Ambedkar was so particular. No, what is required, what is envisaged under section 19(1) or 2, that is a freedom for fundamental right for citizens of this country. We need not go beyond that, and such a demand was not accepted by the Constituent Assembly. And as far as our constitution is concerned, the fundamental rights sanctioned for the common citizens of this country alone is there, of course, for a press also. But when we go through the judgments, last judgment, Sahara case and Mumbai attack case, the view of the Supreme Court of India, of course, maximum liberal interpretation may be given, and through that process, maximum freedom. I think little bit forward in such a concept by the court as per the court judgments. And then the question, journalism should be a profession and not a trade, by Dr. Ambedkar also needs a detailed discussion in the present circumstance. I am not going to any controversy, but I would like to say one truth before all of you. In American Constitution, I think 1791, first amendment was made, and that amendment was necessitated because special status as far as the fundamental right is concerned, human rights are concerned, special consideration should be given to the press, and for that purpose, first amendment to the American Constitution was made. With due respect to Nehruji, I am always accepting and respecting Nehruji. It's a service to the nation also in my mind. But first amendment in 1951, of course, 3 items were involved in that amendment. One is with respect to the introduction of 9th schedule. That means a 9th schedule was introduced, and prior to that only 8th schedule. And 9th schedule is concerned, if some law passed by the legislature, it cannot be interfered by, even review power also not for that. That is, if an item is included in 9th schedule, that is one of the 3 aspects are there as far as the first amendment is concerned. And second is regarding that reservation aspect. And according to me, the most important thing is that freedom of expression and such related fundamental rights, whether government can interfere. 16 days discussion was in the parliament, and Nehruji stand in parliament. I just request your attention to this part. Nehru said in parliament, "It has become a matter of great distress to me to see from day to day some of the newspapers which are full of vulgarity and indecency and falsehood. This is not injuring me alone or this house, but poisoning the mind of the younger generation, degrading their mental integrity and moral standards. It is not for me a political problem, it is a moral problem." He ended his speech with a brave attempt to justify First Amendment, which was facing stiff opposition from not only from his political rivals but also from within the cabinet and Congress rank and file. At that time, the opposition leader was Dr. Shyama Prasad Mukherjee. How he defended and tried to defeat the move of the First Amendment, I quote, "The House deconstructed the Nehru speech so convincingly that even Congress MPs gave him a big round of applause to Shyama Prasad Mukherjee. Indeed, the next speaker, the Congress parliamentarian N.G. Ranga, described this as one of the most powerful and eloquent speeches he had never encountered. Mukherjee was nothing short of being Indian Edmund Burke, a great Irish statesman and philosopher. So this was a situation. So first amendment to Indian Constitution was made by our great Nehruji and others. They were having thumping majority in the parliament that government can interfere in this matter. And the further developments also till 1977. Of course, as a student of history, as a student of constitution, I would like to say that is continued. If you go through the parliament discussions in between 1970 to 75, you can see, go through the parliament procedures. A committed judiciary was demanded by the senior minister, that senior Kumaramangalam, in the parliament. And of course, Balram Jakar, speaker, he stated, record shows that by quoting the Soviet Russia, why can't we nationalize the press? This situation I am placing before you because press people are concerned. I think it is an important duty of every press person at least aware of all these things. And fundamental right is concerned and other disputed aspects are there. So many things are there. I am not going to the legal aspects discussed in the parliament during that period. But one thing, the ruling prime minister at that time in 1970s taken a stand that committed judiciary is required. Judiciary always interfering in these matters, and that is why the press freedom also to be restrained. That was the concept for certain members of the ruling party at that time. I am not blaming anybody. Certain that also as on the basis of some records I am saying so. Then we all know basic structure theory. 13 judges out of that majority decided there should be a basic structure, and that basic structure cannot be touched by parliament. This also is very important because immediately after that, 3 or 4, subject to correction I am saying, senior judges were superseded and junior was appointed as the Chief Justice of India in the first time. They resigned, Grover, and his team, 3 or 4 persons. Under such a circumstance, I would like to say, in 1975, emergency was declared. Then emergency declared also 3 laws on that particular day. Electricity connection cut and so many things are there. That part of the history I am not going to that. 3 laws were passed. A set of 3 laws were passed on February 11, 1976. These were the Prevention of Publication of Objectionable Matters Act 1976. 2. The Parliamentary Proceedings Protection of Publication Repeal Act 1976. And 3. The Press Council Repeal Act also passed. And what actually happened also, at that time I was a student leader, I know, if for example Kerala, Deshabhamani Daily is a mouth organ of a particular political party, if they want to publish their paper on tomorrow, on the previous day, before 12 o'clock, with the prepared items for the next day's paper, go to the collectorate, obtain signature, approval, Madhrubhumi or any paper, all the papers, and only after approval by the government, then only they can publish the paper. Otherwise, they will be subject to MISA or DER. That was the law of the land at that time. And in April 1977, L.K. Advani, the concerned minister at that time, he repealed all these laws, and that is why now we are enjoying maximum press freedom in India. And constitution amendment and all these things are concerned, the legal aspects, even now, I am quoting Ajmal Kasab judgment, and that is in Sahara case. These two cases, 2012 and on what actually happened in this country, so because press brothers and sisters are here. The Supreme Court found that Ajmal Kasba judgment clearly finding is that yes, the national interest is diminished to a very great extent, and any attempt to justify the conduct of the TV channels by citing the right of freedom of speech and expression would totally wrong and unacceptable in such a situation. That lengthy judgment, para 405, I am quoting. Then finally, in concluding part also, it must therefore be held that by covering live the terrorist attack on the Mumbai in the way it was done, the Indian TV channels and the medias were not serving in national interest or social cause. On the contrary, they were acting in their own commercial interests, putting the national security in jeopardy. This was the finding of the Supreme Court. But even then, they have not made any ban. This is a situation, but at the same time, our Supreme Court, Apex Court of the Land, finally concluded that we have full confidence in our press and they will restrain themselves. In the Sahara case also, the same thing is repeated. I am not going to the details of the judgment and other things. So under the circumstances, how to interpret things? One, according to me, full freedom may be given to the press. Any restriction on the press would, of course, cause harm to our democratic system. But at the same time, national interest also be protected. So journalism should be a profession and not a trade. Supreme Court's ruling also, I already quoted you, commercialization. That aspect also vehemently opposed by Supreme Court in series of judgments. And under such circumstances, we will discuss this matter in detail. You see, profession and an employment, profession and a trade. The profession is concerned, an employment, you are getting salary, taking your livelihood out of that. Nothing wrong in it. But if you call him one person as a professional, a doctor, a lawyer, or whatever may be a profession, basically certain things are there. My impression, based on Palkiwala in one of the cases in Supreme Court argued and somebody is accepted. First thing is that a journalist, a professionalist, a professional lawyer or whatever may be, a professional should maintain certain standard. And hard work, that's common, everybody is there. And a professionalist is concerned, dedicate his entire effort to profession. Mr. Sreedharan is here. I am always liking him as a friend of mine. In addition to that, dedication and hard work for the cause. This is expected from that. And these types of independent attitude, impartial stand, integrity to maintain, less harm to victims, engagement in inquisitive nature, accountability to society and nation. These are all things required for a professionalist. I am requesting this also may be considered by our media while dealing with the subject, and for the interest of the nation, interest of the society, and at the same time, of course, a competitive field. As far as a newspaper is concerned, it costs maybe 5 rupees or 6 rupees. Most probably, this is a one item. Printing cost may be more than that. Production cost may be more than that. Even then, for a less price, press is distributing their newspaper and advertisement. And a question is there, whether editor is the most important person in a press room or in that establishment, or the advertisement section is supreme. It's a question to be, I am not giving any answer, you will have to think about it. And one more aspect may be considered. For that purpose also I am depending on our constitution. Who is supreme under the concept of constitution? Supreme Court of India, whether it is supreme, whether Parliament is supreme, whether Governor is supreme, whether Chief Minister is supreme. With great respect to all, I would like to say our constitution makers, they were introduced Article 395 in the constitution. In the commentary also 395 is not discussed in detail because that was a repealing provision. So nobody is interested in that. But the crux of that matter, who is supreme, Article 395 is very important because last section, Article 395, India nullified the main law. In Anglo-Saxon theory, if the main law goes, all other connected laws also would go. That is the basic concept of Anglo-Saxon system. But even then, our forefathers representing in the Constituent Assembly, they were very particular to introduce that. Under Article 395, what was nullified? Nullified the British Parliament legislation giving freedom to India. So our own freedom giving main act was set aside by Constituent Assembly. The legal circle, legally, strictly speaking, some other interpretation may be given. I am not going to that aspect. Because why should I start under General Clause Act and other things, if the main act goes, the other things will go. I am not making any opinion on that. But you see, such a provision is not there. You see, the freedom of India would be a gift by Britain. For avoiding the same, our country, it is called in Sanskrit and Malayalam and other languages, Chirapuradan and Nityanudan. Ancient country, we are not against modern changes, modern type of innovations or whatever it may be. Chirapuradan and Nityanudan, that is why the name giving process also, India, Bharat, Bharatavarsha, so many things were put in the assembly and discussions were there. So we want to protect our ancient things. That doesn't mean that we are not against anybody. Anobhadra Kradavo Yanda Vishwantaga. Let noble thoughts come from anywhere, everywhere. We are prepared to receive it. That is our culture. That is why Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam and other things are still our Prime Minister in Indonesia. G20 countries presidency by accepting the concept of Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam was stated there. We are not against anybody. This is a speciality of our country. And I would like to say, our judicial system, our legal system, even though we accepted Anglo-Saxon system, there is interpretation given by Supreme Court also in 2006 states that Yedo Dharmas Tado Jaya. The motto of, what is the motto of the Supreme Court? What is the motto as per the Constitution? Our country's motto, what is that? Satyameva Jayade. You see, Satyameva Jayade and Supreme Court's motto or dictum in one word, you can see in all the correspondence and even that building also you can see Yedo Dharmas Tado Jaya. It is taken from Mahabharata, other from Mundagopanishad. So these types of things may be Yedo Dharmas Tado Jaya, that is the most important slogan accepted by the Supreme Court, and we are following that. In 2006, Supreme Court stated that Dharma, the word, there is no equivalent in English. Of course, righteousness and other words we are usually. Supreme Court stated that Dharma, there is no equivalent in English language. That is also stated by the Apex Court of India. And that is why I am saying, in our country, this Dharma concept taken from Mahabharata. In Mahabharata, 11 places, Dharma, the term Dharma, Yedo Dharmas Tado Jaya is used. But according to me, that is used by the mother of Duryodhana is most important. I think that in every field we will give some importance to this, not a religious concept. In India, we can't confine to any religion. The unity of India, of course, is concerned religion, caste or anything like that is not a unifying factor as such. But here, Mahabharata is concerned, Gandhari, in front of Gandhari, the Duryodhana, in the midst of that war, appeared in front of the mother and stated that, Mother, you bless me. We are in a dangerous situation. Our life is in danger. Normally, any mother bless him for his success. But here, what is stated by the mother is Yedo Dharmas Tado Jaya. That is accepted by our Supreme Court also. So the dharmic concept is required. I am quoting from the great American writer Henry David Thoreau in his famous book Walden wrote, rather than love, than money, than fame, give me truth. According to me, this is a basic concept expected from our media brothers and sisters. Gabriel Marcus also, we all know, Nobel Prize winner or laureate. He stated this thing in his book. My books are the books of a journalist. Then another occasion in another book he stated that power, what is a journalist? A power without a throne. Then he stated in detail that my story is also a real thing may be there in the starting point. From there, imagination and other things come. So, given importance to press like that, and I'm concluding my speech. Before that, this type of some dangerous situation also arisen with respect to the existence of press freedom. We all heard about Napoleon Bonaparte. He declared one sentence that is accepted by the press and political setup in the world. For hostile newspapers are more to be feared than 1,000 bayonets. But at the same time, during his period in 19th century starting in Paris, altogether 73 papers were there, and out of that 60 papers were banned by him, closed by him. Same thing happened in our country also. One Malayali, we all know, cartoonist Shankar. Nehruji inaugurated that. Then Nehruji told him, he's a person from Kayangalam, stated that, don't spare me. That type of democratic concept was there. But after 1975 emergency, he closed his establishment, Shanghai's Weekly, and sent the keys to the Prime Minister of India at that time. These types of situations are there. And the 10% press censorship, cancellation of, not cancellation alone, in certain provisions are repealed by the ruler during 1975-77. And under such a circumstance, as a concluding point, I would like to say, I have written a book and given to Shankar and our Sreedharan Nair. Before I become the governor, I written a book. One chapter is related to 1977 election. This is only I am not antagonizing anybody. In 1977 election, of course we all know emergency was existing. Press censorship was there. Against the government nobody can write. Under such circumstances, 1977 election, if we compare with the 1971 election, the 1971 election, our 10 cow states are there. It is called as cow states. 231 seats are in these 10 states in the North India, including Hindi heartland. If you go through that, 1971 election, the Prime Minister of India at that time, her party got 220 seats out of this 231. But in 1977 election, you see, out of this 231, Hindi cow belt, certain people are calling it as cow belt. Cow belt area, only 2 seats received by that same Prime Minister and her party. And at the same time, you see, press censorship was there. No press has got the power to write independently. The threat was there. At that time, you see, South Indian states, this is a South Indian conference. South Indian states are concerned, I don't know, somebody should criticize me also on this aspect. In my book it is there. That is why before become the governor, I have written a book and our honorable Prime Minister released that book in 2017. Kerala, 20 parliament seats. All the seats were given in favor of the autocratic ruler. In Tamil Nadu, ADMK supported that setup. They together contested 35 seats out of the 40, 39 or 40, I don't know in the book, given. Karnataka, 28 parliament seats, except 2, all others went in favor of the ruling setup. Andhra Pradesh, 90% of the seats given to autocratic setup in India. My Goa, all the seats in favor of that. But at the same time, illiterate people are more, poor people are more. The 10 states, each state I have mentioned specifically, the 10 states rose to the occasion because of their efforts, their voting, their consciousness reflected in ballot box. Our freedom, our press freedom, our fundamental rights, Article 226, all these issued by our India. The question is, I don't know whether serious research conducted by anybody. These 10 states view how we are depicting all wise and other educated, highly that civic conscience is so big according to certain writers. But because of this 1977 result alone, certain countries in the world now bestow one important compliment to our country, that is mother of democracy. Athens, Greece was the mother of democracy. But after 1977 election, Washington Post and certain such types of papers, so the greatest people, politically aware, socially conscious, education is nothing to do with that. And in addition to that, I am not saying anything, the press influence also on common people, what extent it will influence is a question mark to be answered by your conferences. And I am very happy to see that a serious discussion happening on these types of subjects is a very I welcome it, because it will strengthen our democracy. And I am congratulating the organizers of this great conference. Wish you all the best. Thank you very much. I declare that this is officially inaugurated. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.